Hey, it's Sparks, and today I'm going to show you 7 things I wish I knew when I first started. Disclaimer, these are tips that helped me. If they help you, that's fantastic. If not, then don't worry. Everybody finds ways to improve. Number 1, too thin coats. It's super easy to think you can get everything done in just one brushstroke. Trust me, it's not that easy. 2 or 3 slightly watered coats of whatever color you're working with is more than enough. Warhammer models are loaded with detail and texture in their models. Don't cover it all up, just 2 thin coats. You can get your models to look like this instead of this. Unless that's what you're trying to do. If so, then keep doing what you're doing, champ. Number 2, dry brushing. Let's just say you have the 2 thin coats ruled down, and all your models still look flat, a little bland. All you need to do to fix that is get a wide brush, like a makeup brush. If your base coat that you're trying to do is dark blue, then dry brush a little bit of light blue, almost white. If it's red, then dry brush orange. If black, then dry brush gray. Experiment with any color you want. All you need to do is make sure that your brush is dry, go figure, and then get a little bit of paint on the tip of your brush. Start to dust the paint on whatever surface you are painting on, like paper towels or your hand. Just get the consistency to be slightly powdery. Then go ahead and dust your model. Focus on the corners and edges. If you want brownie points, dry brush a steel metallic on the edges of big machine parts, because when have you ever seen a clean, perfectly painted machine in the field before? Rule number 3, take your time.
Patience is waning.
Is this entertaining?
This one I really had to get through my lizard brain. It's not a race. Sure, having a completely painted army on the table is very satisfying, just make sure you're proud of it. Every detail should be bragged about. If it takes you a day to paint one model, then that's it. Don't rush your process. You have your style. Don't let yourself or others rush you. It's not a race. Rule number 4, tripod. Or keeping both elbows on the table. Everybody is shaking hands when they're working with small things, like trying to thread a needle. It's like you have Parkinson's sometimes. One thing I learned in my college welding course is the tripod method. 3 points of contact. Your chair or floor is one, and then each of your elbows is another, on your desk or armrest. I know this seems trivial, but this helped a hell of a lot. Rule number 5, understanding what you want to paint. One thing to remember when you're doing anything, not just painting, is to remember what you like. Is it the army for you? Are you dreading painting that 200th Necron warrior or having to paint all the detail on that Custodes Terminator? Maybe it's time to set that brush down and rethink what you're doing. Try a different paint scheme. Read some lore on whatever you're thinking of playing. Maybe the guerrilla fighting tactics lore of the Gene Stealer cult is more intriguing than the 1000 cookie cutter Space Marine chapters. Don't even get me started on that. Hearing a couple cool stories about an army or a faction is a sure way to get passionate about painting it. Passion is everything in this hobby. Rule number 6, get in your zone.
Get in the zone. Auto zone.
One thing that helps me out a ton is getting in the zone. Whether it be chatting with friends, listening to audiobooks, random YouTube videos, live streams, or 12 hours of sea shanties. Maybe that's just me. But really, whatever gets you to relax and into that flow state. I know that's kind of a buzzword nowadays, but trust me, it still holds merit. And number 7, clean your brushes. Clean brushes can make a night and day difference in your painting style. These paints are kind of rough on our brushes, and it's up to us to make sure they're taken care of. It's easier than you think. All you need is some generic dish soap. Rub it around in your hand, that brush that is, and then you're done. Rinse and repeat, literally. Just make sure there's no more soap left on the brush and you're good. And there it is, 7 ways to make painting easier. All you need to do is thin your paints, dry brush, take your time, tripod, understand, get in your flow state, and clean your brushes. If you like what you saw, then go ahead and like and subscribe. Make sure to comment down below if any of these helped you, or if you have any more to add to this list. I may come back to it in a little bit. As always, I'll see you next time.